and laser beams. That ancient prophecy was true. The world is ending.
In the new musical, There Will Be Flood, a ragtag group of futuristic time travelers, including a cyborg politician named Tron McCain,
greetings, creatures from the past,
journeys to the distant past, where they meet, among others, a sex-starved lady dinosaur and a biblical prophet named Isaiah Little Prayer.
The Lord saith that all newborn males must cut the... Oh boy.
It's all in the hopes of averting an apocalypse foretold by an evil Mayan deity named, what else? Paco Lips.
There will be flood. When I throw the floodgates open wide, there will be flood.
If you think the plot sounds a little off, take a look at the women on stage. This is the 164th Annual Hasty Pudding Show, where all the actors are men, students at Harvard University. Did any of you, when you applied to Harvard, expect to be doing this when you got here?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Brandon Ortiz, Ethan Hardy, and Ben Moss perform in the show. Matt Whitaker doesn't, but along with the other three, wrote it.
This is where I go to have fun, dressing up in drag with my best friends and doing a very strenuous kick line. That's my fun time. And then during the days when I read Henry James and, talk about his views on the American identity. And then that is done. And then at 7, I come to the theater
and put on fake boobs.
Put on fake boobs and paint my face. And it's the best part of my day.
Ortiz, who's studying linguistics and speaks 7 languages, plays Eve Aleutian.
I'm an evolved creature just like you, just like any other average Joe.
When you're standing here like this, do you ever think, this is really weird? I mean, look at you.
I've never thought that before, but now that I think about it, this is really weird that we're all doing this.
That's weird.
Weird, perhaps, definitely silly, and very hard work. While maintaining majors in the likes of economics, philosophy, and neurobiology, the cast and crew stage more than 40 performances on a box office-generated budget of close to $250,000. It's a major undertaking, overseen by pudding president James Fitzpatrick and producers Jotika Banga and Mary Jane Sakalariades. Do you sometimes look at these guys in drag and say, oh my God, you've got that totally wrong. What are you thinking?
They actually do a great job.
Yeah, they learn their roles very well. And I think by the end of the run, they can walk in heels better than either of us.
Yeah.
With a Harvard education costing in excess of $50,000 a year, you might be wondering what some of their parents think.
They think it's actually one of the best things I could have done coming to Harvard. They know it's a real life experience I couldn't have gotten anywhere else.
I mean, it's hard to explain to anyone's parents what this is. It's like, oh, I know I've never done this before, but I'm going to go hang out with a bunch of guys who wear drag. But it's really normal. It's just a tradition at Harvard.
The Hasty Pudding is certainly long on tradition. It's the oldest collegiate theater group in the country. Founded as a social club in 1795, the group got its name from a dish served at meetings, a notoriously bland porridge of rye meal and molasses. To spice things up, the club began to stage theatrical performances. The school was all male at the time, and, well, someone had to play the women's roles. Among the alums who kicked up their 4-inch heels, Supreme Court Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes, newspaper publisher William Randolph Hearst, and Presidents Franklin Delano Roosevelt and John F. Kennedy.
Well, Eddie, how did everything go at school today?
Actor Fred Gwynne, best known as TV's Herman Munster, must have made a pretty ugly woman at the pudding. Jack Lemmon, on the other hand, took to it so well he climbed into high heels like an old pro for Some Like It Hot.
How do they walk in these things, huh? How do they keep their balance?
Must be the way the...
Oh, and your humble correspondent? I served as president of the theatricals and co-authored the 142nd show, Swayed Expectations.
Greta Grit, Mystic at Lodge.
It's the most fun I ever had. I even made the front page of the Boston Herald with the pudding's 1989 Man of the Year, Robin Williams. Every year, the show honors a man and woman. A cavalcade of stars has come to Cambridge to be celebrated. Sort of.
Our 2012 Woman of the Year is Claire Danes.
Earlier this year, actress Claire Danes proved she could play along and received the coveted pudding pot. How will this award affect the price you command per movie?
I will get $25 gajillion for every day of work from this point forward.
But the play's the thing, with a definite emphasis on play.
People at Harvard are really brilliant, really talented, but a lot of people take themselves very seriously. So Hasty Pudding Theatricals gives all of us the opportunity to take our work very seriously, but by the nature of the show and how silly it is, we're never taking ourselves that seriously.
Matt, why aren't you in it?
I would have loved to be in the cast. I did some acting and singing in high school, but I couldn't because obviously I'm a girl, so.
These are 3XL panties here that go underneath this costume.
It may not be what they came to Harvard for, but for some, it's as important as the degree they'll leave with.
And I'm gonna hold on to it for dear life, for as long as I can, and I'm gonna milk it, and I'm going to hate graduating.